Sagittarius, and welcome. This is Quantum Revival Tarot. I'm getting around this time that there is a focus on magic for you, and I was hearing someone is trying to copy coat your findings, copy coat, and then I was hearing Depakote, which I think is like medication that you give to people that have seizures. I was hearing UN. And I was also hearing, got a little bit of messages here. Sagittarius stare, write a stare. It's a staring contest, and I was hearing finance, and then I was seeing a woman who was like, that's because it's a robbery. And then I was hearing business appropriations. I was hearing guilt, business appropriations, and business venture. Let's see what it looks like for December 2020 for you, Sagittarius. December 2020, at the center of your spread we have two cards, and one is the Ace of Pentacles and another is Eight of Cups. Now usually I pull just a single card for the center of your spread, but two wanted to come out, and it's a 1 and it's an 8. So it could be some kind of journey that you've headed off into, that you're heading towards, and it looks like it could be a financial one. You could be in search of this lost cup or a lost pentacle here, as we're looking down at the Ace of Ace of Pentacles. I'm hearing mastery. Are you in some kind of a master's program? Let's look at the conscious mind. We have the Hermit card. Spending time in isolation, maybe even too much time in isolation or too much time with a single body of work, perhaps. Let's see what crosses the center of your spread here. We've got supernova, another 8. So we've got 1, 8, 8, and 9. And it's the card of supernova in reverse. It could be something that is, I'm hearing reverse the curse, and it could be something that is like a dispersed energy for you. It could be the dispersal of energy, information. I'm hearing momentum. I'm hearing drive, and I'm hearing warp speed. 8 is also the number of organization, and so in reverse it could be something that is disorganized and a little bit of disarray or chaos that's crossing this journey that you're having, which is perhaps why what needs to be uprighted is the Ace of Pentacles here. This could be financial for you. Hearing momentum, and looking at the past, we've got aces side by side. It's the Holy Grail. I'm hearing jail, and it's the Ace of Cups here. This chalice is kind of in space here. This is the card of graviton. It's a theoretical particle for the force of gravity, as a theoretical carrier particle. And also magic as a focus for you during this time. It makes a lot of sense as I see this ace. You could be someone who's, I'm hearing Grail Knight. You could be someone who has achieved this or had this accomplishment, where you have, I'm hearing channeled focus, where you have, whether it could be like literally an act of magic that is just manifestation. Or some kind of, also we think of these spiritual and emotional, I also think of communications as I see this. It could be literally the way that you communicate. I'm hearing with self. It could have to do with your expression. I'm getting two cards come out here. And we've got the 10 of Pentacles reversed and the King of Swords reversed. I'll take a look and figure out what that means. And so we see the Grail Knight. We see like a hierarchical interplay as well. It could be the reversal. It's kind of like the end of a cycle here, and something's in reverse financially. It has to do with this King of Swords that could be literally after this Grail. I mean, this guy could be after this Grail, and he's got tools of manifestation like you wouldn't believe. But there seems to be some kind of misuse. I'm hearing miscommunication. As I look down at this Ace of Cups card here. So Grail Knight. Or Grail Lady. You can still be a knight and be a lady, and I'm getting like a bunch of cards swing out from the deck. But it's on the bottom. It's on the bottom and they're facing down, so I did not flip them over to see what they look like. It seemed like too much cards to flip over and view. Perhaps if it was a little bit too heavy, I'm hearing lighten your load. And at the bottom, I've got this one bent card in the deck, and it makes a lot of appearances. This is the Five of Pentacles reversed. And Last time I was thinking about this duality in this card, I was hearing like split finances, like splitting it with somebody. Because I looked down at these two people. I hate that this card flips out of the deck a lot because it's kind of bent and broken here. It's really worn. It's also the card of lack or scarcity. This has been one that has come up a lot. We see some concealed pentacles. We also have 2 available pentacles in plain sight. This character, this really symbolizes duality. And it's a conflict of some kind. And it could be a financial one, or concerning material goods or knowledge. And so that could be just a theme. I'm hearing generational teachings. That could be a theme for everybody around this time. This card, 5 of Pentacles, because it just keeps cycling through, cycle after cycle after cycle, and it's been pulled a lot. It's one of the most pulled cards that I have. It's also the card of leptons. It's also the card of leptons in this deck, and there's a lot of particle cards that are also star cards, or I'm sorry, pentacle cards, but I said the star card, so focus on expression for you around this time. Looking forward into the future, we see Einstein. This is the Chariot card in reverse. Something that I'm hearing curse, something that is, you know, why isn't this getting off the ground? Because there's so much momentum, energy, and I'm getting knowledge. This is the card of, it's either general relativity or special relativity. Subconscious mind, we've got the death card. Could be the death of a cycle, death of a loved one. You could be concerned about your own death, with the subject or topic of your death, yes, is coming out, and that is with the reversal of temperance. So there could be something like some kind of a tumultuous situation that's happening where the waves are really, I'm hearing watery but rocky, and you could be concerned about whether it be a death contract of you or a loved one or someone that you know, but it looks like there's a little bit of tumultuous activity here surrounding this process. I'm hearing the cycle of death. It's also some kind of reaping of a harvest. Looking forward, I'm hearing momentum. And I'm pulling the King of Wands. The King of Staves here is the card of Jupiter. It's like representative also of a storm. The colors are kind of like inverted here as we see this electrical activity kind of, I'm hearing painted. Picturesque. Picturesque. And I'm getting the Centaurus card. Momentum I was hearing, and I'm also looking down at this Knight card. It's the Knight of Pentacles. Forward momentum, I'm hearing exchange. As in, I'm thinking and reminded of feature function. I'm hearing future material. Reminded of past readings. That phrase has come up in the subconscious position specifically. So moving forward, there's a lot of action, swift momentum I'm hearing, but I mean, looking at this as I'm hearing crown, like crowning position, almost like this wants to come up to here in the crowning position with it's I was hearing cray, and so I seem like, again, focus on a hierarchical structure for you of some kind. We see the Knight card, we see the King card here. Beneath it is the Knight. It's on its way with something. I'm hearing a message. And it's traveling through almost these tumultuous waters of the reverse of temperance here. And surrounding death itself, like in the subconscious mind, there's something about death. Death of a loved one. Reap what you sow, I'm hearing, as I look down at the sights on the death card, where they're kind of reaping something that's a mirror and an image here. I'm hearing double trouble in here. Okay, so moving forward, we have something that wants to take flight. And it's like a rocket ship here that wants to take flight. But there's some kind of scarcity that keeps flipping out of the deck here. It's like some kind of lack or scarcity. It's financial, it's material, it also has to do with, I'm thinking knowledge, but I'm hearing wisdom. Let's look at the hopes and fears position here. And we have the World card reverse. Again, it's like it's like can't start, but it's like almost like I'm hearing, okay. It's it's like this. Repeated cycles of trying for this success about a particular, I'm hearing outcome, but something just won't budge. And budget comes to mind. Let's see what crosses this. It's the Six of Cups. I'm thinking of anti-aging as I'm looking at like the focus on youth. I'm hearing orgasm. The focus on youth in this card, on innocence and maturity as the baby on one side and the man on the other are kind of looking out over the same. I'm hearing stars. I was going to say cups. Sharing emotional and spiritual waters, which is something that runs fluid between, it's like innocence and maturity, maybe yourself and a child, or even a mother-parent, father-parent, mother-father-kid relationship, or even just with your own childhood, if you're someone who does a lot of like meditative or child work, then this could be seriously a focus for you. It's like some kind of like, almost like the emotional waters of connection between yourself and the world are one that, you know, should or want to be taking on a signature frequency of, I'm hearing no return, of innocence specifically. But we see the Star card in reverse and there's some kind of trouble. I'm hearing troubled waters. There's some kind of problem with the distillation process of information or energy that is I'm hearing throwing this out of balance, but that is causing this. It could even be a disconnection of some kind between youth and exuberance. I'm hearing it could be some kind of disconnection between, I'm hearing emotional realm, between the self I'm hearing, and then spirit is like in the background. As if the two are distant from each other. I'm hearing distal observer. Disconnection. I'm thinking reconnaissance. So star in reverse. That is kind of like this free expression thing I'm hearing, and I want to pull a card out of the deck, moving forward into the career position. Specifically, this could be something that wants to, if connected, could be easier to flow, especially in your career and financial, I'm hearing decision, but position, I was going to say. Because it's like, you want to be on top of the world with this thing, because it's all the worthwhile, and I'm seeing it as even something that's pure of pure intention. But there's something hanging you up. Why can't you upright this Chariot card that allows all of that love and passion and care and emotion that you have for this particular subject matter is like, I'm hearing stalling out, and I'm thinking like a rocket ship that just can't launch. But it's like you have the Star card and it's in reverse. So let's look at finances, and I'm getting the Sun card. And it's in reverse, so there could be something in your finances here that is, what is the central focus, even, you know, as we're thinking central sun, and a galactic central sun comes to mind. I'm sorry, I'm thinking also of what is it? It's like the vagus nerve of the solar system or something. I don't know if I'm thinking of something near Capricorn. I can't remember. Okay, so we're looking at this Sun card in reverse, something where there's been like a growth process. You know, we see the Sun giving life and illuminating this character, and he seems to be dimensional and biophotonic. He's receiving life from the Sun. That is in reverse for you, and it's also kind of, I'm hearing marrying the Chariot to the Sun. The Sun, whose force is necessary for the Chariot to take off. So, what's this hang up here? The Eight of Swords. Imprisonment. Imprisonment. This is an organized trap of some kind. And I think you know what it is. And I think you know exactly why you're not able to upright this Chariot. Or why the Star is in reverse. Or why the Sun is in reverse. Almost like they're in reverse together, and so is the world. Which is the theory of everything. The Star card is superstring theory. And the Sun card is in theory, and I'm pulling a card for that. It's the Four of Cups, and it's upright. I'm hearing, and it's thinking about how I'm hearing stay in the loop. It's pulling for loops. I'm hearing gravity function, and another card wants to come out of the deck here. It's the Four of Pentacles reverse, and it's coming out. But it's coming out with the Two of Pentacles, which is the card of balance. Being able to balance also finances, and I'm getting more, the Wheel of Fortune here is something that's a little bit of a gamble, and kind of can ruin that interplay where where you're at work and you find that it's really easiest to be, where you find witty banter and light-hearted interplays, something that's even, this could be something that's, I'm hearing, okay, this could be something that's like a laughing matter, that's like not a laughing matter, but is made a laughing matter. I'm hearing unlawfully, and it's like, I'm hearing prison ship, and it's looking at the Five of Staves reversed in relation to the Hermit card, and I see there's a lot of information that's pouring out in relation to your position as the Hermit, or whatever hermetic and hermetic wisdom comes to mind, whatever whatever sort of aspect of the Hermit appeals or is present in your own chart. It's one where isolation is like, it's calling me to like turn upside down the deck, so I did. I'm gonna have to take a break there for a second, Sagittarius.